Welcome everybody, my name is Richard and I'm today going to give you a bit of an update on the used electric car market because things have been happening, things have been changing in the last couple of weeks. It's what we do. We primarily sell used electric vehicles. We do these regular videos so that I can give you some insights into what's really happening in the market. So again, there's various media headlines about what happens in the used car market, but I'm going to use data from Auto Trader, the biggest UK platform for used vehicles. And let's see how the used electric car market has been performing. Are prices dropping? Are they increasing? What's it like? And how will it compare to petrol, diesel? As usual with these summary videos, I will usually tag along on the end a little bit about how our solar production has been getting on. So how much solar we've been producing. We've had the longest day of the year passed a couple of weeks ago. So already the days are now going to get shorter again. And then any other news I'll put on the end. But let's get straight into the market health, and I'll bring up some screenshots here as well to show you what I'm reading from. Again, this is from Auto Trader, not from us. From us, I can say, look, June was really busy, but July has gone quite quiet. And why is that? Why, what's the reason? And I've been looking into the data, and this is what I'm going to share with you. So, electric cars, let's bring up the first slide here. We've got the different fuel types in Auto Trader and how they're performing from market health. And market health is dictated by demand and also supply. So you might have lots of demand, but if it's in tons of supply, then it won't necessarily mean good market health, even though there's good demand, and consequently the other way around as well. But let's have a look here. Electric cars in the middle there, plus 21% on the last 13 weeks of this time last year. So that's pretty good. And actually, if you compare that to diesel and petrol, they're both at plus 13%. So the market health for electric is better. There are diesel hybrid, 37%, and diesel plug-in hybrid, plus 60%. So they're doing very well, slightly more niche market there. But electric compared to petrol, diesel, they're the main categories. And electric's not doing too bad. However, as I said, the last 2 weeks have been rather quiet. So let's go across to the next graph here now. And there's a little squiggly line across the top there, which is market health for all electric vehicles over the last 13 weeks. And you can see a bit of a dip in May. Then it's been good again, which was June was very busy for us. And then very near the right-hand side there, it has been dipping. If we then look at the bottom right, that shows demand, which has actually been staying very good. In fact, for the 13 weeks from today, compared to last year, it's up 61%. So that's very good. However, you can see supply there, although it's been quite steady, is also up. But it's those last couple of weeks which do tie in with what we've been feeling here, where it's just gone that little bit quieter. Now, there could be influences like politics. We've just had a general election in the UK. We've also just come into the run-up of the summer holidays. Most children in the UK finish school probably tomorrow as I film this. And we've also had the Euros. And I think that probably has affected the market a bit as well. So the next few weeks will be interesting to see how this recovers or doesn't, potentially. So all EVs, you can see there, demand is actually good though. That's the key thing, is demand healthy? And it is. If I flick now to what diesel cars have been performing like over the last 13 weeks, the graph track's actually very similar to EVs. For the top graph, which is the market health, it's dipped in May, up in June, dipped again now in July. But if you look at the bottom right there, you can see this downward trajectory fairly consistently over the last 13 weeks. Demand is down 7%, and it's lower than this time last year for the same period. There's another faint line above that, which is this time last year, but you may not see that on the images we can show. Supply, fairly steady, slight decline there. Compare that to petrol, similar graph for market health, down in May, up in June, dipping again in the last couple of weeks. Demand for petrol though is better than last year, and that's up 8%, but it's going down. You can see that there, it's going down, and supply has been going up a little bit, but again fairly steady. Now, a lot of what we do here are Teslas, so I actually want to drill down a little bit more to some of the Teslas. I'm going to cover Model 3 first. They've been quite steady the last, now in the last 4 weeks. There's been a dip and it's increased slightly again recently now. Demand for Model 3 is 78% up compared to last year. Used Tesla Model 3 is 78% up. Fantastic number. But the supply also been steadily increasing. Again, there's just more coming about on the market. However, when we look at the Model Y, the top graph there shows market health, and it's a fairly steady decline. I don't wish to bring bad news, but it is declining. I've got to be transparent about this. And it's gone below the neutral market in the last 4 weeks as well. So we're seeing quite good demand at 60%. That's actually quite steady, but look at the bottom left and you'll see how supply has been going up quite consistently over the last 4 weeks. So that's why the market health is dipping. Why is there more supply? Well, again, they've been around a bit longer, so there's more and more cars every day coming off of contracts and leases and such like. People changing to new cars as well. The Model Y, Tesla also running some promotions at the moment, so there's some 0% finance. With the Model 3, there's a new version out. So they're pushing new car sales as well with some attractive deals. And that's obviously impacting the used market. So there's a lot of people I've been speaking to recently who are considering one of the new cars because 0% finance is a great headline, isn't it? However, we do know that a 2-year-old car would probably quite happily lose best part of £20,000, between £15,000 and £20,000 depending on the mileage. We know that because we've got these 2-year-old cars here, and that's about the difference between now and when they were new. So that will not continue at the same rate of depreciation as the car gets older. Same for all cars. Typically, as they get older, the depreciation steadies out. So do you go for a new car with a 0% headline, but know that it will lose a lot of value? Or do you have a used car which will lose less value? Well, that's a decision for people to make. I think on the whole, you still typically would save money with a used car. But of course, this is all very different for cars being bought by businesses, where the real attraction for electric cars is the first year capital savings, where you can offset the cost of an electric car against your taxable profits. And that's why electric cars, especially the premium cars like the Taycans and Audi e-tron GT RSEVs and stuff like that, lose a lot of money in the first couple of years because the people buying them through businesses make sense to buy new, and you need the prices to drop down to at least a certain level for the private market to open up and buy them with a good saving over a new car. So the last couple of weeks has gone rather quiet, but it's not just on the electric car market. We've seen a similar pattern with diesel and petrol as well. So I think it's just the market conditions we're in. We've now got a new government, so we'll see how things steady out over the coming weeks. We're just about to enter the summer holidays, and that can usually go one of two ways. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Of course, if you're buying, it means there's more choice and the prices are a bit cheaper. So some really good bargains. I mean, good Model Y long ranges now in the lower 30s for cars that are nice, great, fantastic refurbished condition. So there's some good bargains out there if you're buying, and that's good. So yeah, that's been a bit strange. So let's move on now. Let's move on to our solar, because we, well, at least should be in the height of summer. It's been a rather poor summer, it has to be said. Anyone in the UK will testify that. But what have we got out of our solar here? So the year before last, we installed 62 solar panels on the roof, 2 Tesla Powerwall batteries. And so that's been a fantastic investment. There's our previous videos on that, so I'll just cover it briefly. And it's brilliant having solar. I don't know why more commercial premises don't have it. I'm always trying to advocate people who have any kind of commercial premises to install solar. Perfect roof for it, easy installs and massive savings. Last year we saved £16,500 from our electric bill because of having our own solar energy production. So what does it actually produce? The best day we've had so far, out of a fairly poor summer, has been 176.5 kilowatt hours. 176.5 kilowatt hours that we made ourselves just off the sun in one day. That was on the 17th of June. Now, if you charged a Tesla Model 3 with that energy, that's enough energy to drive a Tesla Model 3, for example, or any fairly efficient electric car, the whole length of the UK. Do you want to go to Land's End? I've done that journey in one day. It was over 800 miles. I did that from sunrise to sunset in daylight hours. So we can produce here enough energy in one day to drive a car over 800 miles. And isn't that a good thing? So that's good. It's been a bit inconsistent because our weather's been a bit rubbish, but we still saved £800 on our electric in May and £910 on our electric in June. The savings this year aren't quite as much as last year, just because the cost of electricity has come down. So what we save has been reduced, but still big savings. And it's not like I need to recuperate the investment, I don't think. Now, again, just to summarise briefly, the system cost us about £40,000 to put in, which is also, you can offset against capital tax. So it's actually less than that, but that added to the value of the building. So it's not in the bank, but it's in the value of the building instead. So I think the savings are from day one. And anyone with a warehouse or building that you can put solar on, I highly encourage it. In June, we were actually 94% off-grid, and that's our business here, which is dealing with electric cars and charging electric cars day in, day out. So you can see just how much energy can be produced, hopefully. So again, our solar is brilliant. We've had to do nothing since it was installed, which is over 18 months ago now. And it just runs itself and saves a lot of money, which is fantastic, of course. And then lastly, other news. Not too much else to report particularly, but I want to focus on one thing, which is my colleague Gints, who's over there, who's leaving us. How dare you, Gints? So Gints has got an exciting new adventure waiting for him. Completely different world, isn't it? So Gints, as you may have seen from all our videos, has been behind the camera, often in the videos, a great star, full of lots of useful information, and he's got an exciting opportunity for a completely new venture. So I wish Gints well, who's just over there. So good luck, Gints. And I want everyone watching the video who's seen Gints in the video to say good luck, congratulations, and I hope it all goes well. But here at RSEV, we shall continue what we're doing, and hopefully we'll see you on another video very soon. We'll do our best to do videos even without you, Gints. I'm not sure if they're going to be as good or as consistent, but we'll do our best. So make sure you stay subscribed, and we'll do our best for you very soon. Thanks for watching.